Hey guys, welcome back to my video. This is part 2 of an Affliction RBG guide. Part 1 went over stat priorities, gems, enchants, how to set like 2 sets of gear in case you want to play Destruction and Affliction at the same time without needing to swap all your gems and everything every time. It went over glyphs, talents, professions, all kinds of stuff. So if you're watching this video and you haven't watched part 1, please go ahead and watch part 1. I'm going to go ahead and go into part 2. This is Affliction damage for RBG, and it's only going to work for 5.4 because dot snapshotting is being removed in Warlords of Draenor. So pretty much everything I'm about to tell you is going to be meaningless as soon as the next expansion comes out. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video right here and explain everything because I really don't have visuals to go with this stuff, and I want to make sure that you guys understand me. Alright, so I'm going to break this down at the simplest form. Then I'm going to add some complexity, and then I'm going to go advanced on you guys. So, in its simplest form, you have 3 dots. You have Agony, Unstable Affliction, and Corruption. Corruption is just a basic dot, doesn't really have anything special to it. Unstable Affliction, on the other hand, is also a dot, but if a healer dispels it, they get silenced. And Agony is actually a curse, or a bane of agony now, I'm sorry, and it can stack up to 10. Agony at 1 stack doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as it does at 10 stacks. Agony, if you actually look on recount when you're doing a rated battleground, it's going to be your number 1 damage spell if you can properly keep it at 10 stacks and spread your dots around. Alright, so that's what the 3 dots do. Now, you want your 3 dots on as many targets as possible, but at the same time, you want to be trying to cast Howl, Shadow Fury, Fear, and Spell Lock as much as you can. Then, what you want to do is you want to macro together Soul Burn and Soul Swap, and that instantly applies all 3 of your dots to your current target. After that, then using Soul Swap by itself, without any modifiers, just Soul Swap by itself, allows you to copy your dots in their current time frame from your target, and you have 3 seconds to paste them to another target. If you wait more than those 3 seconds, then you'll need to copy them again. So Soulburn Soul Swap instantly applies your dots. Soul Swap by itself will just copy those dots, and you have 3 seconds to paste them. That's the simplest form of it. Now, to add a little bit of complexity to that and a lot more damage, you want your Agony stacks at 10 before you swap around your dots. Malefic Grasp, you don't use it that often, but the channel on that will get your Agony stacks to 10 a lot faster than if you just wait for them to get to 10 on their own. That's usually the only reason you're going to channel Malefic Grasp, is to get your Agony stacks to 10. Unless you're going for a kill on a flag carrier or something, but even then, you should probably be more concerned about CCing healers since your burst is poop. Then, also, you can apply your dots to the same target twice to extend the duration of those dots further than they are when you initially apply them. So when you apply your dots to a target, they have a certain time limit on them. If you immediately apply them to the same target again, the time left on those dots goes further than it was when you first applied them. So, knowing both of those, it's smart to get Agony to 10 stacks, and then extend the duration of your dots to their max time before you start swapping them around. Now, that was the complexity portion. To switch over to the advanced portion, you have to watch your procs, and I think by Blizzard's default UI, they'll be in the upper right-hand side of your screen. But you need to be able to multitask. You have to be able to pay attention to everything going on in the field, what people are calling, who you're dotting up, who needs to be CC'd, and on top of everything else, you need to watch your procs. You need to look for your damage trinket, like your PvP, not the on-use one, but the one that procs. You have to look for Jade Spirit, you have to look for your Cloak Enchant if you're a Tailor, and all kinds of stuff like that. They tend to like to go off at the same time. If it's been a while since you've been in combat, all the internal cooldowns on them have reset by that time, and they like to go off around the same time. Most of the time. When they go off and you're paying attention and they go off, you want to make sure that your agony stacks are 10 on your current target. Then you want to make sure you pop your cooldowns while all those procs are going off. Dark Soul, your PvP damage trinket if you have it. Anything else you have. I'm an herbalist, so I have Lifeblood. It increases my haste. Pop that. Pop everything you got. Make sure your agony stacks are at 10. Extend your dots to their max duration. And then start swapping them around to everything. I don't care. Hunter pets, mage elementals, warlock pets. Every single thing on the screen. Just, you kind of want to make a priority of players. But pets are very good to be killing them as well. Just melt everything. Alright, so with that being said, a lot of times in Raid of Battleground, especially in the lower brackets, you don't have to worry about being CC'd if you're in the back of the group. So you can actually go into the fight, pop all your cooldowns, instantly soul burn, soul swap your closest target, start channeling Malefic Grasp into them, get your agony stacks to 10, and usually because all those dots are popping and so quick, all your procs will go off. While you already popped your cooldowns, you'll have it agony up to 10 before you know it, like really quick, within like 2-3 seconds, it'll just be like 10. All of your procs will be going, you popped all your stuff, you reapply to extend the duration of your dots on the target, and then just start swapping them around like crazy. It's not until you get to the higher bracket that you actually have to be careful that you're not going to go in there and pop your cooldowns and then get CC'd right away. But for most part, this will work for most groups when you go against them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. You can see my buffs that are in the upper right. I really don't have any right now. It's been a while since I've been in combat, so all my cooldowns should be reset. I'm going to pop all my shit, apply my dots instantly, channel Malefic Grasp, get agony up to 10. You can see everything else has gone off, all my procs. I extended duration on my target with Soul Burn, Soul Swap again, copy those dots off, and start pasting them all over the place. For the most part, if I'm targeting in a random battleground, I click nameplates. It's only if things go too crazy on the field and there's a bunch of hunter pets and things in a way that I'll actually just click. I'll click directly on battleground targets. I'll click straight on the add-on to pick people off. And then every once in a while I like to use tab, but for the most part I don't use tab. I click nameplates. Here you can see I did 200,000 DPS. 200,000. Every second I was doing 200,000 damage. Think about that for a second. That is crazy damage. Now, once you get in PvP, it's not going to be that much, but still, you can put out a lot of damage really quick doing this, and this is how I do it. Now, there are a couple more things that I wanted to go over really quick. There are other things more important than damage, but I needed to explain the damage because that's what this video is about. But things that are more important than damage, you have to CC healers. You have to get fears on them, Shadow Fury, Howl, Shadow Fury into a Howl, so Shadow Fury so you can walk up and howl them. Try to get combos off like that. You want to peel for your healers too if you're in the back and you see someone's beating on one of your healers. You want to save your spell locks. I don't mindlessly spell lock. I try to save them for chaos bolts or heals when I see one going off on the time when I need it. I could probably spell lock more often than I do, but I really like to just save it for a time when I think it's crucial, like someone's in trouble and I need to lock out a chaos bolt or a heal or something like that. Try to CC out of someone else's CC. Call your CC and someone else should be like, well, you say, I'm fearing on the druid's getting feared. Full fear. He trinket. Fear again. Alright, he's feared. Someone get CC out of this fear. If you hear someone else saying, I'm cloning the shaman, make sure right out of that you say, alright, I've got fear out of that clone or something like that. You want to chain your CCs together in a really good game. Cast fear as much as you can. Let's see, what else? Again, the damage portion of this guide only works because of dot snapshotting. Once 6.0 hits, this won't be as important and it won't really matter as much. I'm not really sure how things are going to go at that point, but There's a lot of changes that I don't really know too much about yet. I hope this video has helped you guys out. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments or ask me on Facebook. If you have questions about my user interface, check out my user interface video. Do me a favor, check out my videos before you ask questions, because a lot of times I probably get asked once a day what my add-ons are, and I have a video specifically just going over my add-ons, just like I have one on this going over damage now. So check out my videos, and if you still can't find your answer, then ask me a question, and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks, guys. Good luck next season, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.